Alrighty, today we are watching how a freestyler changed the pro Rocket League scene. Now, I've been away from Rocket League for about 4 or 5 years now, and this is about when I quit. Now, I'm about to see how goated this freestyler actually changed the pro Rocket League scene. So, let's see.
The most mechanical player, maybe of all time in pro play.
Oh, yeah. In case I forget, if you want to watch the whole video, we're only going to watch like half of it. Waitin Pilkin. The full video.
Definitely a very entertaining team. They look like they're playing a different game. They're just different.
Wait, did Moist Critical have a Rocket League team? Or it has? Because this looks like Moist, like, his actual, like, logo and stuff.
Every single player on the roster, it was like they were their own superstar.
I don't remember that. Was Moist Critical actually into Rocket League? I only watched him for his reacting content and stuff back then.
Top team in Europe is taking it to number 2 as Joyo. He's got a little bit of space to work with here. Might go the whole leg.
Bro, like, Rise has to be the most popular pro gamer tag, like, ever. Has to be. You got, like, 3 different Rises in Fortnite that are pros. Then you got Rocket League. I think there's only one. This guy. Then in COD, you got, like, 2 Rises. There's so... You don't know who's who. Oh my gosh! That's tough. That's looking a tough edit. Oh, that's such a smooth transition. Comes onto the monitor and setup. Oh. That's actually nice.
In the RLCS 2021 and 22 season, Rocket League...
So it was literally when I quit. A year and a half.
Fans bore witness to the most meteoric rise in the game's history. Never before had we seen such an unexpected climb to the top from a young group of players.
So we're just gonna, like, skip over that. Holy shite! That save is insane!
Climb to the top from a young group of players that were previously completely unheard of.
Hold on,
climb to the top from a young group of players that...
A team that wasn't even heard of beat FaZe Clan 4-1. Oh shit.
Were previously completely unheard of. But all within less than a year,
I forgot.
the names
The FaZe
Rise,
yeah,
Joyo,
right.
and...
FaZe wasn't very good in Rocket League, now that I remember. It was always like NRG, G2, SSG. Those were like the top 3 teams.
Vatira
now
went
it's
from
Vitality.
3 question marks
like
to household names in the community. Today, I present to you not only a story of failure, triumph, and beautiful redemption, but also a story of family and a young player's dreams coming true right before our very eyes. Folks, after more than 2 years of putting together this documentary, I proudly present to you the biggest project I've ever worked on. This is the...
Alright, I'm gonna have to watch only like 20 minutes of this and give like 30 minutes of commentary. He spent 2 years on this video, bro. I like feel horrible if I don't give more than 20 minutes of commentary now. I literally gotta think of random shit and yap about it.
Incredible story of Joyo and Moist Esports.
So yeah, if you don't want to hear me yap about it, just go down to Waitin Pilkin. Oh, this is gorgeous. So we're in the UK.
In 2017,
Prime Rocket League, bro. I will say right here, this year, is when I slowly started fading out of Rocket League. I, like, 2018, switched over to Fortnite. Because I played it a little bit in 2017. And then I played Rocket League here and there. Like, I still played it quite a bit. And then 2020 is when I, like, really quit. Because I focused on being pro in Fortnite. Which was a bad idea. Oh my gosh. I wasted so much time doing that. Yeah, I made a little bit of money, but no, it was not worth it.
The biggest Rocket League event yet that would take place at the Copperbox Arena in London, England. Meanwhile, up north, a Rocket League fan named Joyo saw this as the perfect opportunity to attend one of these amazing events in person.
But let's
Fortunately for Joyo, it wasn't too far from home. So at the age of just 12 years old, he and his mom went to go see their...
See, he's lucky. My mom, if I ask my mom to go watch a Rocket League championship, even if it's in the same, I'm just going to call it state. I know it's not called states there. The same state or city, she would be like, to watch a video game? No, watch it at home on your phone or on your Xbox or computer. I'll be like, no! I want to watch it in person. It's like NFL. And she would be like, what's the point? She never understood it. Even when I showed her proof of like winning and earnings, never understood.
First Rocket League World Championship in person. Little did they know, this very event would be so special that it would go down as one of the greatest in Rocket League history, even to this day.
In odds. Oh yeah, this was the most insane match ever. I actually know that my favorite match that I still remember to this day watching, NRG G2. I think it was the grand final. Oh my gosh, it was an insane play. It was like one of the first RCLSs too. I think that's when Musty was on G2. Oh. Dude, Justin's been in the scene for a while. This is Rocket League!
The Justin goal is probably the most fabled moment of that LAN. I remember I watched it. Pretty insane. I mean, something that'll never happen again, probably.
Although he didn't have any plans for his own future with Rocket League at this point, you can imagine how special it must have been to attend potentially the greatest event that this game will...
Honestly, if I was here and they win, I would literally hop this fence, sprint up, and grab my favorite player. I don't give a fuck if I'm getting arrested, if I'm getting sued. I'm pulling something from the IRL sports to the esports. We're rushing the stage.
Ever see.
I remember my mum told me, she was like, you know what, I understand the game now. Like, she didn't understand it before. And then when she went there and like saw it as this big event and like people came all over the world to watch it and there's money involved.
Like fucking... But here's the one thing about being a professional gamer, especially back then. Nowadays, you're more comfortable and well off. Back then, you had to hope you got sponsors and a good YouTube or something. Because these three, I'm gonna say, don't quote me. These three, they probably won a total. This was probably $100,000 tournament, and in total, they each probably kept $5,000 out of the $100K. The rest had to go to the taxes and to their org. So each, they probably made $5,000 from this whole tournament. So how they're expecting to keep living is from their sponsorships, YouTube and Twitch, or just live streaming in general. Which is like, yeah, like most pros, it looks like they're making millions because of the prize money. No, Counter-Strike, let's go over to that. $1 million. Tarek, he won the major, won $1 million. Nah, he only get to keep 10K of it. Yeah, it's still a lot of money, but you're not. Yeah, you're not getting
she supported me.
You have to be good at YouTube, Twitch, and have
But
sponsors.
as I said, at this point, Joyo wasn't really sure where he'd go with this game yet. In the meantime, he eventually found himself on
like your org will pay you too. Like, I think an average pays $2K a month for an org, which livable.
Other side of the community on a freestyling team known as Pulse Clan.
Okay, so he joins a freestyling team a year after going to the event.
Pulse Clan. The way I'd compare it to anything is it's like COD trick shotting.
No way.
So the phase of Rocket League.
It's like phase. It's like the phase trick shotting of Rocket League.
Anyone who knows about the freestyling community in Rocket League knows that these guys are some of the most mechanically impressive players.
Okay, they're not just mechanically impressive. The freestyling community is full of fucking cheaters, and it's just sad. Now, when I say cheaters, that don't mean people actually having cheats on the game. There's been several cases where people will fake their freestyle shots, like put multiple clips into one. I don't know exactly how it works. And then there's this one thing called FAT or something like that, TAS, Taz shots or something like that, and it's like it's basically fake shooting, and it keeps the ball to your car pretty much or something like that.
In the world. Joyo happened to join the clan as a comp clip hitter, which basically meant he was someone that would play competitive matches in high-level ranked, for example, but still.
See someone like that, that's goated right there. He's a comp freestyler. That means he'll do the shit comp.
Go for insanely impressive shots against those high-tier defenders. At just 13 years old now, his skill set was growing fast, and as you can imagine, it formed his playstyle in
Bro, 13 years old? I'm fucking 15. I could barely do that. That's why he quit the game. I couldn't even do anything.
Way. But at the same time, Joyo wasn't completely committed to freestyling either. During all this, he was also grinding a different competitive ranked system, known as Six-Mans. Six-Mans, on the other hand, is pretty much
I just found out about Six-Mans.
The exact opposite of freestyling. To casual players, they don't really care about it. But to competitive players, it's a crucial step to take in order to eventually reach the pro
So
scene.
is Six-Mans like actual 6v6? Because I really don't see how that will help your skill, like, in a 3v3 at all. Unless Six-Mans means like 3v3 ranks only.
In short, Six-Mans is a Discord community with its own ranked system, where players can queue matches all the same, but it's much more competitive than the system built into Rocket League. Instead of the ranks just stopping, with Supersonic Legend being the highest achievement, in Six-Mans they actually keep going beyond SSL, with ranks such as B, B+, A, X, and eventually Pro. By the time he was 14 years old, Joyo was still making progress and all the way up at rank A, which is pretty respectable, especially
Pretty respectable. Bro's 14 and he's just 2 levels under being pro. What the fuck do you mean that's respectable?
considering he still wasn't fully committed to either side of the community yet, until something devastating happened. So you mentioned earlier how there was a point where you almost stopped playing entirely. Can you tell me about that?
So, when I was 14, I nearly quit the game.
What happened?
I demoted from rank
Man,
A.
I miss Heatwave.
You know, when a young player demotes from a Six-Man's rank, it's like the worst thing that could ever happen to them.
Yeah.
So I got in that like emo phase, you know, black profile picture, that's like completely was not ready to grind back up. And I just stopped playing comp completely. I played casual and I was like, well, I mean, I'm freestyling and I'm impulse and everything. I might as well just do that instead of comp.
While at the time this was a pretty dark era for Joyo, it's also where he really began to make a name for himself.
See,
This was
okay,
a pretty
I've been trying to relearn that. I just don't know how to do it on a high speed. I can do it very slow. Well, not very slow. I just don't know how to do it fast like this.
dark era for
So we
Joyo.
hit the wall, jump immediately.
It's also where he really began
and meet it under. Okay, I try to meet it equal instead of like under like this. Okay, that makes
to
sense.
make a name for himself. Pulse Clan is Rocket League's most popular freestyling team, with huge creators
Holy
in the
crap!
name for himself. Pulse Clan is Rocket League's
Alright.
most popular
In YouTube knowledge or
Peter
terminology,
freestyling team.
yeah, holy crap. 500,000, almost a million. For Rocket League freestyling, now that's huge numbers.
With
320k is insane.
creators in the
144.
community. So when-
47k, yeah, that's small. The fuck it is. Whoever says 40k subscribers or followers is little, imagine yourself getting surrounded by 47,000 fucking people. Do you really think you can, do you really call that little? Not a lot? 40, don't you call $47,000 a lot of money? Exactly. Shut up.
his focus shifted toward that, he started popping up in various YouTube videos. Not only did this get his name out there, but this era of being on the edge of nearly quitting the game also further developed his unique skill set of creative mechanics, which came in very handy when he had a sudden realization as he was getting closer and closer to turning 15.
For RLCS, you have to be 15 to compete. I didn't even think that the game would still have like a big fan base. I thought it could have died before I turned 15, but lo and behold, I was about to turn.
It's slowly recuperating because of Jinxie. I honestly don't think... People think whatever game Jinxie will play, it will become popular again. No. It only happened because of Siege, and it's not going to happen again. I guarantee it. It'll get a little bit of popularity because like, oh, Jinxie's playing this game. Let's try it. Oh, it's a dog shit fucking game. Yeah, no, I don't like it. That's what's gonna happen. It's happened several
15
times.
and the game was at its peak.
Like Clash Royale was
I
alive
had
for
this sort of moment of
3
realization, like,
weeks.
I
Because of
might
how
as well
dog
try.
shit it is.
I took that 6 months to, you know, get back into six mans, and I started grinding again, you know, fully focused, more motivated than like even before. It was like a new level of motivation, like a surge of it.
Fuck, I'm tired.
Now that Joyo was 15 years old, he was eligible to compete in Rocket League's official competitive league, the RLCS. So when the previous season was ending and the off-season began, that's when Joyo had the perfect window to find himself a team. They call it Roster Mania. This is the time where anything goes. Players are running around with tryouts and discussions to find the perfect team as soon as possible to join for next season.
Everyone, they're looking for new teams. They're scrambling to get a team sorted, to stick, to start practicing as fast as possible.
And for Joyo, his situation seemed to align perfectly with a longtime friend named Rise.
Me and Rise, we were in like nearly identical positions. We just sort of like gradually came to the idea together. Why don't we try out? Why don't we see what we can do? You know, we've known each other for ages. If it works, it's perfect.
So with that in mind, still not fully committing to anything, they looked around for a few different players to try out with them. One guy in particular was a...
I feel like at this point in time, you gotta fully commit. If you're doing tryouts and stuff and you're still only half committed to pro, you're not gonna be expected to be picked up by a team. Especially if they know that. Like, if you're not fully committed, you're not gonna get picked up.
French up-and-comer named
That's
Vatira,
how I
who
would see it.
was also just now becoming...
Like, if I'm a team leader or coach and I'm about to recruit someone who's really good at the game, but they're not committed, they got like a half-ass mentality, yeah, kick rocks, buddy. Your talent don't matter here.
eligible.
We did a scrim with Vatira, and I mean, I don't know how to explain it. It's like
And
instantly
let me
clicked.
clarify, because I'm sure this is how it sounds. I'm not attacking Joyo, but on the situation, I'm just saying, like, in a scenario that this can happen.
But I'd never felt before. I don't know, it was perfect. We all knew what we were doing. We didn't need coaching or anything. We didn't need to like learn how to play with each other instantly. It was just perfect. Me, Raz, and Vatira, we signed up for this tournament. It was called Mediterranean Esports. There was a few pro teams in it as well near the end. We signed up. We didn't really sports. There was a
I don't see a single like pro team.
few pro teams in it as well near the end. We signed up, we didn't really think anything of it, and we got quite far into it, but at the same time, I had a scrim with Endpoint.
Oh,
Endpoint was the first pro team I ever got asked to scrim with, and we get this time for this tournament. The tournament match is meant to be played, it was an hour or two after the scrim. So I get into the scrim with Endpoint the day later, thinking nothing of it. I play a game or two, and then I'm getting spammed by Rise. The guy got the times wrong, he told us the wrong time. We need to play now.
Alright, if an admin gets a time wrong, 1, fire him, 2, reschedule. That's how fucking business should work. Oh my gosh, this is all over the place.
Scrim. It wasn't an argument, we were like discussing it. I was like, I don't know what to do. Like, I want to do this scrim. And he's like, you can scrim with them whenever, but like, you only have this tournament now. It was my first pro tryout, and you know, it was really exciting. Something like, I finally get to prove myself. So, he convinced me. I leave the Endpoint scrim early, not knowing that that'll be my last scrim with them because I left. But yeah, I leave the scrim and I play with them, and I mean, it went pretty well, to be honest. Luckily for us, we won the entire tournament through the upper bracket. We peaked, I don't know, we were playing really good against everyone, and it was very lucky. I mean, that admin who got the times wrong accidentally made this.
Following that tournament, the esports organization Team Queso contacted the three of them. It seems that after beating their original team in the upper finals, Rise, Joyo, and Vatira were immediately on their radar.
That's actually funny as fuck. Okay, that's like the greatest fear as a team in anybody. Like, you lose to a challengers team, like the tier 2 teams that are playing a tournament to get to tier 1. Imagine you lose to a challenger team And then the team that you lost to, so like Team Queso, they lost to the on job to the challenger team. Imagine being on Team Queso and you get a call saying, "Yeah, you're dropped. We're picking up the people that beat you." That would be so crazy.
Conversations later, and it was settled. The three of them were committed to playing under the organization Team Queso,
That's some crazy
heading
AI.
into their first full RLCS season. So, what happens now? Well, firstly, to reach their goal of eventually competing on the big stage in front of a crowd, they would first need to prove that they can qualify for the first event of the season. To do that, they'd need to compete for one of only 16 spots in the first European regional, which is by no means an easy task, especially considering there's hundreds of other European teams trying to do the exact same thing. Fortunately though, Team Queso managed to breeze by this stage pretty comfortably, and we're officially an RLCS team.
Damn.
Of course, taking an early lead versus Team Queso.
And they've now got Joyo, the
Okay, I actually watched a video on BDS the other day. They used to be a challenger team like Queso. Like, they used to have to come into RCLS and win tournaments. Until this one dude, he literally went pro from a PlayStation. PS4. Went pro. Went on BDS. And won 2 majors with them.
era and
Freaking insane.
Rise. There are essentially 3 question marks, but Queso...
Since this first event of the season was just a regional tournament, it meant
Monkey Moon, yeah. BDS, Monkey, that's the guy. He won 2 majors for BDS. He's the freaking GOAT. He came from PS4, dude.
things. First, all the players are playing remotely from their homes, and second, they were only competing against other European teams. However, what makes these events so important is that performing well in them is what qualifies you for the major event later on, where you compete against the best teams from around the world at one location in person. That is the true goal, but you can only qualify for that by first proving you're one of the best teams in your region.
But Team K,
Well, do you have to just win like one or place top 3 in like all 3 of them, or do you have to win all of like multiple?
so they're beating teams
Like,
all over the place right now.
I don't know that.
Team Queso versus Dignitas in round 5 of the Swiss, going for top 8.
Like, it does look like Dig just
It
outclasses
just looks
Team
like
Queso, but I
a
would say that
casual.
about
Oh my gosh, that looks bad to watch. Oh, that looks like a professional team versus a freaking plat team.
a lot of Team Queso's been playing to bigger the Jack. We're gonna see something, I think, in this game, and maybe we can
Okay.
close it out and stop.
Okay,
Oh my god, was that triple tap?
that was
Rob
nice.
trying to make it off, completely misses again.
Oh, the flick.
Beats apparently Jack in the air, and Scrub's gotta get a piece of this.
Joyo carrying.
Off the back
His
foot,
teammates
double
are
tap,
holding
put
him
that one
back.
in. Put it in.
Look at Joyo
No
carry.
follow-up by their Rise. Look at the save. Wow, what is
Oh,
stories,
almost
man?
carries again. Bro has his team on his
We
back.
lost a game 5 to Dig. I think we lost a game 5 to BDS.
Dude, if I
and
was
stuff, and
Joyo, just from
we
those
knew
like
we could
2
win them.
clips, just from the 2 clips that I saw, I'd be screaming at my teammates. How are you gonna make me do everything?
But like,
That's
it
how
was
I would.
annoying that we weren't there yet because we knew we could be.
Unfortunately, for their first RLCS showing, this pattern continued. 2 weeks later, in the second regional, was an even worse performance. After that, in the third, they managed to sneak in the top 8, but were eliminated by a Game 7 loss. This put their finish for the first split at joint 9th in Europe, which unfortunately meant they'd
RIP.
miss out on the first major of the season. But on the bright
Wait,
side,
isn't
there
top
was
10 go to major?
still plenty of the season left. In fact, that was only the first of 3 total splits. In the next one, all the points would reset and
Fall, winter, spring, summer. Is that how many majors
they'd have
there
another
are?
shot at
Oh yeah, isn't
qualifying
there a
from
Boston
rank
major
A.
for RL like soon? Hold on, we're taking a quick detour. Oh my gosh, internet horrible. Oh, there's a live match. Okay. We're gonna have to watch those after this. Best of 5? Holy crap. Any like real tier 1 teams playing? Manchester City has an esports team. Oh, okay.
You know,
I
when
mean,
a young
you
player
make billions of dollars from real soccer. Why not make millions of dollars playing virtual soccer with cars?
demotes six-man's rank, it's like the worst thing that could ever happen to them.
Yeah.
So I got in that like emo phase, you know, black profile picture, that's like completely was not ready to climb back up. And I just stopped playing
Kind of went back a little bit by accident. I think we were like 18-minute in.
Dominated throughout.
The fifth for Team Queso.
When Queso met FaZe.
Sorry, we skipped a little bit. We'll
To
just
show the entire world just how special they are.
Alright, they qualified to the Winter Major. We're not skipping back anymore. I'm skipping a little bit because I don't want to take like his video. They qualified to the Winter Major. I watched this video a little bit beforehand, and I'm pretty sure to qualify to the Winter Major, they placed first, second, and third in the EU region. No, first, second, and first. They won twice, and they beat like a tier 1 team.
How are you today?
I'm pretty sure, which is really good.
I'm excited, man. I'm excited.
When you're playing
I
Rocket
want
League esports
fucking
and you're
ice
a
cold
pro,
water
the
like
number
that now.
one goal,
Yummy.
play in front of a crowd.
You look at Team Queso as one of the best teams in Europe right now. I mean, they were just winning regionals and taking down teams like BDS who had just won the fall major. And then, so now we see them in a completely different environment because you're not in the comfort of your living room anymore or your bedroom or wherever you're playing at. You are here in this building, and then you're going to be there in front of that crowd, and we got to see how it affects everybody.
When Queso entered the group stage, they were placed with APAC's 1 seed Detonator and NA's 3 and 4 seed.
Honestly, I'm pretty sure the APAC region was crappy in RL. Like, they were GC ranked pretty much. Alright. I mean, so they're facing Detonator, then they're gonna have to face either version 1 or FaZe.
FaZe and version
Was FaZe good back then? Like, I don't remember them being very good at Rocket League like, at all.
Queso up against Detonator, to put things lightly, they crushed them. For all intents and purposes, this was basically a warm-up series for Queso. It was an expected win, and they dominated throughout.
The fifth for Team Queso.
When Queso met FaZe in the group stage, I was a little worried for him. I remember casting the series with James, and a big talking...
Okay, so we know his background now. He's a RL caster.
Point was how FaZe had been pretty consistent against EU teams on land.
The Winter Major, you haven't seen it. Here's the pass across, and there it comes.
Oh, it faces NA in Rocket League. I just realized that. That's what, yeah. Huh. Because in Counter-Strike, they're like EU, I'd say. Full of Russians, but like, they're EU. And then COD, I think they're NA.
So
it's weird how that esports works, how they split regions like that.
Here they come again. Joyle's going to beat the last man in AJ. Second touch for Joyle.
Either Fortnite's like all over the place, if they even have a Fortnite.
After dropping 2 games in the best of 5, Queso did well to battle back, and they were able to win 2 straight to clinch that series.
Dang, they beat FaZe 3-2.
I also casted the Queso version 1 series, and I was pretty...
Okay, so in Group A... Okay, so group stages, everybody in your group, everybody plays each other. And then whoever has the most amount of wins goes into... Okay, that makes sense.
Confident that Queso was going to win.
Kind of a nice bracket style, not
I think
gonna lie.
players and community started to take notice of version 1.
Put some coconut oil in your hair,
particularly
man.
about how Calm was acting during the Winter Major. His play style was very demo-heavy. He was a nuisance. He was annoying.
Gosh, dude, I do not like
really,
playing people like that just focus on bumping and demos.
That caught everyone's attention. Teams were sat facing...
See, off the field behavior, I can handle. People talk shit all the time. All you gotta do is smile, flip him the bird, and laugh your ass off. It makes him a little angry. It won't make him pissed. It makes him a little ticked off to play a little more aggressive, and then you can just like play into that. It's amazing.
Which means even with
Love doing
headphones,
that
players were still at earshot of each other if you screamed loud enough. It turns out Cobb knew this, and he started laying into players.
Yeah, which is insane. Like, how can you even hear things when aren't you supposed to have earbuds in, like your IEM earbuds, and then noise canceling headphones over Like, how can you hear a single thing outside?
What's going on? Laughing at him. Is a menace. He's in their head.
I can't say it for every other player, but he doesn't like get to you personally. You don't feel bad about what he says, but you want to say it back. They try and make you as panicky and rushed as possible.
From version 1, they're screaming on the other side of the venue. We can still hear it.
His trash talk was something even me as a caster in the other
That's
room
some
could hear
fuck
through
shit.
my own headset.
Going from Denver to the mall.
Beast Mode's gonna take it away. Down into the net. Version 1.
Intense so far. Some big upsets here. Version 1, guys, getting the win on Queso on the B stream. Rolled as none of us saw this coming.
Team Queso's unexpected loss to version 1 put them at a severe disadvantage for the rest of the tournament. Finishing second in their group
7 and 5. What does that mean? Like goals scored on them and goals
they
scored?
would automatically be placed in the lower bracket for playoffs. A daunting 7 series away from a championship title, where one single loss would immediately send you home.
It's crazy. It's absolutely ridiculous. This was one of the grand finals that I thought was most likely.
It's fair to say most teams in this spot in the bracket
NRG. Well, that's gonna be a fun game, isn't it? Oh, not just any NRG. You're facing like goated NRG, Squishy, Justin, and Garrett. Oh. I wonder how this one will go. Why is it called the General NRG too, and not NRG Esports? I don't know.
Lower their expectations at this point. It's hard not to prepare yourself for the worst when you're constantly...
I mean, wow. Okay, so the Pioneers, the game that's on right now, they are a tier 1 team.
on the edge of elimination and so far away from success. But for some reason, even as rookies, this pressure didn't apply to Queso.
And they face NRG first. Hold on, the first game they face NRG. They go to overtime and they win 2-1.
Turned out to be
That's
exactly
some
what
goated
makes
shit
them
right there.
so special. And the entire scene was just about
Justin,
to realize
you're
that.
selling.
Starting with North America's best, NRG.
Queso set NRG on an early flight. It's going to be up to Team Queso to shut the deal down.
Oh, is this when NRG started become? Yeah, I think so. I think this is when NRG started becoming king of the chokes, like as an organization. I mean, whenever they make it to a final, choke, lose. I think in Valorant they were like it was 12-1. It was literally 12-1. They did one more game and they fucking lost. It was insane.
50s favor Team Queso. A bullet through the corner. A pass through the corner. Rise to the occasion.
Oh my gosh, 3-0
Come off the ceiling.
Evil Geniuses. Oh, what a bomb.
Oh my gosh, Rise.
What does it mean to you to just have all these
Did bro just get his water stolen from him?
And a quick follow-up. Oh my gosh, Rise.
What does it mean to you
Yeah, he goes to find his water.
to just have all these people coming out for the love of Rocket League?
Through it's Joyo who comes down with hip flip reset.
Oh.
Perfectly executed.
It's surreal, to be honest. Never expected to do this in my career, and I love all the fans. Thank you very much for supporting me.
So they're facing FaZe again.
Opportunity for the flip reset. From 1 to 2 to 3.
Ooh.
Absolute anticipation of everyone.
So they've won 2 games, lost 1.
All 3 are up now for
Won the
FaZe.
3rd game.
They get picked off. And Team Queso take advantage of the
4-1.
mistake.
Wow.
At this point in the tournament,
Alright, now they're facing a freaking heavy hitter. SSG are just that good.
I think everyone felt like something special was happening with Queso.
The time has come. Game number 1 to start things off.
Entering the Space Station series, Queso pretty much embarrassed them in Game 1.
Oh. 3-0 with 2 minutes to go. Oh my gosh.
Still on a roll as they take game 1.
Yeah.
But as the series went on, it seemed like Space Station was settling in.
But now Reynolds off the ceiling, has the flick, there's the bump! Reynolds scores! Space Station in the lead!
And the series kind of progressed exactly like that. Highly mechanical shots with both teams going blow for blow.
Double reset to. Oh my!
We'll see.
Oh! Oh, it's Arsenal. I remember watching a video on Arsenal. He's like, no, dude. Oh, what a demo. Another demo forward roll. Wow.
Yet another demo play. Under immense pressure again, but Joyo got through.
What a bomb! Wow.
All around the pitch working out. Favor of Team
Oh
Queso
my
and a
gosh,
double
he hits
tap.
off his
Adding
teammate.
insult to injury. Queso up by 3.
So, Game 7 started with maybe the most amount of tension you could have in a Rocket League series that isn't a final. About a minute in, Queso was leading by a goal, and they were able to put away their second.
Vatira, one more touch needed. Got it down
Oh.
in front.
Oh. There we go.
Queso coming along.
Usually in these moments, you kind of feel like the series is over. It was going to take somewhat of a miracle for Space Station to make a comeback.
Queso's put up a wall on their goal line. And
With less than a minute to go, Space Station did finally score their first goal, and you could feel the sigh of relief, I think, for Space Station fans and, of course, the players.
This is it.
SSG need this drive.
It's
They're
all on
going
the
for fun.
line.
Is it gonna win? It is! Daniel scores! SSG are within 1!
44 seconds
It
left.
meant that it was possible for them to get back into this game.
The ice on the
Oh, see
stage
what
is
happens.
unbelievable.
Oh, no.
And now Daniel
Oh, no.
They're not
Oh.
Vatira read the play. Arsenal couldn't get the second touch, and that's dished behind Reynolds. Now Joyo with 30 to go, trying to add one more. Rise demolished.
They're back in. Right
So
there, you just
there are
saw
a few
Retail's
plays that
bump
really
Bertrand.
come to mind as one of the all-time greats in Rocket League. But here in Game 7, with 30 seconds left, Rise definitely gave us one of them.
All Reynolds has to do is bump Bertrand, bro.
In a 2v1 situation against arguably the top 2 physical players in the league, Vatira was left alone in a lose-lose scenario. He either had to go for the ball and get demoed, or dodge the demo and give up his position to defend.
Or you can just jump over him.
In this case, Vatira somehow managed to do both. He dodged the demo and at least delayed the presumed goal, but with the ball still trickling towards the net, the inevitable seemed certain.
Joyo or someone comes out of nowhere, huh?
Until Rise suddenly appeared to help out.
Ooh.
You see, at the beginning of the play, Rise was demoed. And when you get demoed in Rocket League, you spawn on one of your defensive corners after a few seconds. So on the respawn, Rise had to do some inhuman calculations. First, identify which side of the field he spawned on. Second, adjust his car accordingly. And third, make the save all within a couple seconds. After respawning, you can see that Rise was actually guessing which side he was going to spawn on, turning his wheels immediately to the left. However, Rise spawned on the left side, initially veering in the wrong direction. But in a fraction of a second, Rise readjusts, correcting his direction towards the play and coming off screen to make what is the most legendary save that Rocket League Esports has ever seen.
Cap. Huge fucking cap. Sorry. That's just bullshit. Greatest play I've ever seen. Save. Ball gets triple reset. About to get put into open net corner. Guy comes out of nowhere from the top of the ceiling. Hits it down. Hits it downfield again. Hits it down on the ground. Bounces. Flips into it. Hitting it downfield and fucking scores.
Readjust, correct.
That's the greatest save I've ever seen.
Off
He turned it
to
into
make
a
what
damn
is
goal.
the most legendary save that Rocket League Esports has ever seen.
He's going up field.
If I was Arsenal, I would actually cry.
It's not in! And now it goes the other way! Final 15 seconds! Queso trying to transition, but here's Space Station on the ball. Daniel now into the corner. Can they make something happen? Reynolds takes down Joyo. Ball going into the midfield. Where's anybody? Reynolds all the way. Is this going to go out? Fall down? It will! It will! Team Queso to the grand finals!
Alright, dang, dude, I'm already at 40 minutes.
Team Queso
Alright, we're just gonna skip to the grand final. They're facing G2. Okay, they're up 1-0.
It's Joyo keeping it going. It's Joyo destroying G2's defense.
Dang, 2-0 in game 3. Fudge.
Has frozen on the backboard.
They're up 3-1.
G2 looking for the shot. Oh, it's goal!
Oh. G2's picking it up.
Again, Chicago downfield. Just on target. Chicago! Another goal for G2.
G2 aren't able to capitalize. Now there might be a bump after Kozira. There it is. Rise. Long shot goes in.
That was a nice ball.
They somehow are able to export out those mechanics. But G2
oh, what a save almost.
kicked out of the way. Matira drops it down. Here comes Chicago. Stay on the bar. Here they come again. Atomic goal. We're going to Champions Field.
When a grand finals reaches game 7, it really is the perfect setup for something amazing to happen.
G2, one game away from winning the major for themselves and for North America.
Some of Rocket League's most iconic moments in history have occurred in situations just like these.
Ooh.
And for the first 4 minutes of this game, it was looking like we were about to witness another one.
The shot quality from Team Queso is just not there. Look at the clock. G2 have wasted so much time here. They've been defending, but they've defended well enough.
Rise, pops the ball hard.
Oh, dude, if you miss that and it scored. Bro's getting drops immediately.
But eventually, Team Queso was able to find that opening, and now they see another. But a goal line save from Atomic keeps it tied.
G2 have to step it up at this moment. Look at the boost. Team Queso are really struggling here, but a back corner spawns for Joyo.
Atomic, does he have the next touch? He missed it, but everyone's over on Queso. Rebound comes in one touch for Joyo. It's a race now, running his rise, and it's going to be G2 getting back.
Critical recovery from G2. A goal now would be it. Surely
Oh, that was actually such a good play almost. Oh no.
Unexpectedly though, what happened this time around as the clock counted down can only really be described as embarrassing.
Again, trying to find the touch, pass out to Rise, downfield, Matira taken away. Pass cut off by G2, time running out. Here they come, Atomic, actually back up.
Wow, you could have had one of the greatest overtimes in history, probably. But you guys couldn't figure out who should get the ball.
Time running out. Here they come. Atomic actually back up. Robbery!
Oh my goodness!
I've casted Rocket League for almost 8 years, and I have never seen something like this.
A complete choke from G2. Atomic and Chicago both leave the ball at the worst moment.
You could really see the pain on Chicago's face more than anything. Clearly, there was a miscommunication between him and Atomic, and Vatira just smacked it into the net with no one from G2 getting a touch on the ball.
Vatira puts the ball onto the ground, and here we go. A bracket reset.
Although the bizarre ending to the series played out to Queso's benefit, they unfortunately couldn't keep the same performance throughout the second series.
Team Queso, they're fighting from behind, and another goal being dropped in.
You could call it fatigue, you could call it inexperience.
Alright, we're gonna skip through a little bit.
After the G2 series, and after we lost, I remember we went back to our practice room, and I just started crying. And how close.
Following the unfortunate but
this is the second we could have won.
That's dang. Alright, if you want to watch the rest of that video, go to Waiting Token. Pretty WS video, not gonna lie. But yeah, thank you for watching. See ya.
Lil' Betty wanna blunt, she wanna smoke some runs. She said she wanna fuck, I told that bitch to text